I have a lot of people asking me, is it safe to buy a seadoo with IDF? The answer is yes. And let me tell you what's going on with IDF. Was first and foremost, IDF is a pretty cool invention. And I personally feel very strongly that IDF is going to be the gateway into a lot of future technology. So much so that it could very well mean a personal watercraft transmission. Now, that might be 5-10 years from now, but if IDF continues to be successful, it could really pave the way for a lot of really neat stuff in the future. But what's happening with IDF right now? Unfortunately, there was a handful of people who were having pretty early failures with IDF. And thankfully, and we've addressed this in a couple of videos before, but I wanted to detail this one and make it into a quick session later, so I'm doing this now. And that is, upon assembly, what was happening was that in the case itself, you know, on the back of the engine, it has a case, and the case has an oil port. All right, and it's a high pressure oil port that feeds the actual IDF more or less transmission. You have a series of gears. You have a dog gear that actually that slides over and engages the reverse gear. Well, unfortunately, what had happened was the portholes themselves for the oil galley were not aligned. They were misaligned, and so that was starving. Oil, very, very necessary oil, to that system. Thankfully, what they caught it early. They go in and either they completely replace the IDF system. For those people who had failures, they're being warranted and they're being taken care of. But any new units, there was a service call that went out to dealers that said, listen, these units that came in with IDF may require this repair or this replacement. And one of the key attributes was to check oil pressure, because if the oil pressure was either if the oil pressure was not within the parameter, they were seeing that, hey, listen, it's getting blocked off. It's getting blocked off, and it's not running all the way through, and it's not getting to the IDF system. We have a problem. Or, better case scenario, hey, the oil pressure is exactly within this parameter. We're good to go. And so that was some really good news. And they've quickly jumped on it because, again, they have a lot of BRP, seadoo has a lot invested into IDF. There's a lot riding on it. So they jumped on it quickly. I get a lot of emails of guys going, oh, man, hey, is it safe? And I ordered a 300, a limited 300 with IDF, and now I don't want it because I'm hearing all this stuff. Again, Facebook is not your friend. I'm going to be real honest. Facebook is not your friend when it comes to this kind of stuff, because a lot of trolls and a lot of haters are going to jump in and say, this breaks, or this is bad, or, these things are failing, and boom, 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 boom. And they're sowing fear. The best things you can do is pay attention to the dealers, contact the dealers, say, I have questions. Now, mind you, it is a little bit difficult because the dealer wants to sell you a personal watercraft come hell or high water. But thankfully, if you reach out not to the salesman, but to the service department, you can get a far better answer from the service department versus Joe Blow, the sales guy. You can obviously pay attention to what's going on the chat, in the forums, and you can see what's happening online by all means. But please do not buy it hook, line, and sinker, because 9 times out of 10, you got a lot of haters coming in. All right, and that goes across the board, whether it's Cowie guys and Yamaha guys hating on seadoo, or it's seadoo guys hating on Yamaha, or whatever. Okay. There's a lot of brand loyalty. There's a lot of trash talk. So again, I will caution, you know, if last year's political climate didn't teach you anything, I'm telling you now, don't buy everything you see on Facebook and social media. So that's some good news. IDF right now is being watched like a hawk, and they're very, very much on top of it. And I've seen the service records coming through, and a lot of dealers are really obviously they don't want to repair it. They don't want the PR damage, so they're on top of it. They're not just going to go, oh, whatever. No, they're actually really jumping on IDF right now, and it's unfortunate because there have been instances where some guys have gotten stuck out on a lake for a half day or a day. Unfortunately, I have heard of 2 people who were offshore and they needed some help. Thank God one of them was with a group and they had a tow line and they towed one guy in. The other guy, unfortunately, needed to actually contact seadoo and get brought in. So, but right now we're looking at a really good response by corporate. Corporate is on top of making sure all new product is going out, and the service departments, customer service is working with all the dealers and making sure that customers who've already come home with their new unit, that they're being addressed as well. Obviously, I'm speaking in blanket terms. I don't have individual case information. I'm the media. God knows they're not going to tell the media all this kind of stuff because here I am telling you. But for a lot of you guys who are worried or stressed out, it's really important that you know that they're in action. They're moving to make sure that IDF is successful and everyone is having a really positive experience using it. And more importantly, that people can buy a new unit and feel comfortable and feel secure in buying it.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.